Two 2014 marks the 50th anniversary of the death of Cole Porter, who, with Richard Rodgers, Harold Arlen, Irving Berlin, George Gershwin, Jerome Kern, Richard Rodgers, was one of the big six, the six songwriters who created most of that body of work that we call the Great American Songbook.
Today, to get the public to attend a picture show, it's not enough to advertise a famous star they know. If you want to get the crowd to come around, you gotta have glorious Technicolor, breathtaking cinemascope, and stereophonic sound. If folks today could witness Valentino in the Chic, they never would appreciate that lover boy's technique. If you want to hear applauding hands resound, you gotta have glorious Technicolor, breathtaking cinemascope, and stereophonic sound.
When I chose the repertoire for this particular recording, I wanted it to be a mixture of hits that everyone knows, Begin the Begin, My Heart Belongs to Daddy, Easy to Love, those sorts of numbers which are in the hit parade. And also I wanted to cover a wide period of time, so hits from the 30s right up to the end of Cole Porter's career, the very late 1950s, early 60s.
When they begin the begging, listen to it bringing back the sentimental sound of music so tender, bringing back that night of tropical splendor in the merry land of Oz. It was, and memory evergreen. I'm being a baby.
As is often the case, much of this music hasn't survived, so the scores have had to be reconstructed by myself and two of my colleagues, Andrew Cotty and Paul Campbell, from whatever sources we could get our hands on, whether they be audio tracks or film, actual copies of the film, some piano sketches.
John's probably one of the most fully evolved musicians I've ever known, and that his interests and areas of interest and expertise are so sort of multifaceted. And this is a component, I guess, this music, and he brings expertise from all the people he's been fortunate enough to study with and learn from and apply it to this music so that it has an opportunity to really be incisive and get into the detail of this music and surround himself with musicians who not just are brilliant instrumentalists but stylists, really dedicated stylists that love this music.
Who wants to be a millionaire?
I don't.
And go to every swell affair?
I don't.
Who wants to ride behind a liveried chauffeur?
A liveried chauffeur? Do I want? No, sir.
Who wants an opera box, I'll bet?
I don't. And sleep through Wagner and the Met?
I don't. Who wants to cornucopiers too?
I don't.
And I don't. 'Cause all I want is you.
Of course, that's what really separates this orchestra from other orchestras nowadays, is that within the orchestra there is an integral band which, when required, does actually play in a more orchestral way, in a more blending way with the strings, and then when it's required to swing and the dance routine kicks off, then we come to life.
If I invite
a boy some night to dine on my fine finnan and a haddie. I just adore his asking for more, but my heart belongs to Daddy. Yes, my heart.
Cole Porter was very much a man of the theatre, and most of the songs that we're recording on this CD, Cole Porter at the Movies, have their origins in theatre music. He was also a consummate wordsmith, and I think few composers equal Porter in terms of the sophistication of his word setting, perhaps no Coward. And we've chosen singers who can deliver the theatricality of those words.
Hey man, you want to growl a little of what's left here?
Yeah, Daddy, yeah.
Here we go. If you sail,
Sailing, sailing,
over the sea,
will you wait for me?
take my tip, they're all molto hip in Italy.
Will Duce ask for France?
Oh, I know you're very big there.
Yes, believe it or not.
I do believe, I do indeed.
Frenchmen all prefer what they call the jazz hop.
Hold me down. Take a plane,
Oh, Baba-doo-zop,
go to Siam.
Baba-boo, yeah.
In Bangkok today, round the clock, well, they all like to jam.
Bazazutia,
Indians
oh,
on
Baba-boo-bazin,
the Amazon.
oh, Baba-doo-doo-zop.
Beat one bar and all of them are
Well, gone, man, gone.
from the equator up to the pole.
Our aim when we make these records is to get everything absolutely perfect without sacrificing any of the sort of dynamism of a live performance. So we're up against it, but there's a lot of joy and a lot of commitment, and we're having a very good time doing it.
Sans regret, did it.
And they considered it fun.
Marie Antoinette did it.
Guido without Napoleon.
Parliament, pleasure bent did it.
Mamsells every time they're short of rent. Did it.
Let